Hello everybody, it's me Megan if you're new to- Whoa. Hello everybody, it's me Megan if you're new to my channel. Welcome if you're returning, welcome back. So here's a quick little rundown. I'm gonna try to not have this intro be too long. So I know this isn't gonna be up like right after I'm filming this. It's currently Monday, November 16th. I think I have this video scheduled to go up either later in November or else like mid-December. But I have just had a little declutter bug and I'm itching to get this done. So I am going to be moving to Kansas for school. And I have a lot more makeup than I need. And I'm not taking all of it with me. And you'll see later on in the year, late December, I'm going to do a little shop my stash where I'll be picking out the makeup that I'm going to be taking with me to school. So this is just going to kind of be a makeup collection slash a declutter at the same time. It's not going to be a full in-depth, I'm getting rid of half my makeup collection sort of a thing. But I do want to kind of go through and, you know, cut out some things that I don't need, that I don't use, that over the course of the next 6 months while I'm going to be gone and not having access to this stuff, it might go bad. It's stuff that I haven't been using, you know, just like little things here and there. So I'm not promising some like massive declutter, which is why I'm calling it a collection slash declutter instead of just like a makeup declutter. But yeah, so I guess we're gonna kind of go drawer by drawer. The surrounding area that you might see is a disaster. There's a lot going on right now. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in and show you the before of my drawers, and then everything is stored in a drawer divider, so I'll just pull out the entire like thing, put it on my desk, and we can sort from there. That way hopefully the visual won't be too bad. So yeah, hopefully this is getting a little bit too long already, but let's just jump on in. So this angle is definitely not the best, but we're gonna go in here. Oops, there we go. This is just kind of face setting sprays, foundations, primers, concealer, powder. This is what my lips currently look like, which I really don't wear lip products all that often. This one is my palettes. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to go through or get rid of, pass along, whatever, but I do want to try to cut this down at least a little bit. And then over here, we can see all right. This is like highlighter, blush, bronzer, cream products, all that fun stuff. And then this one is like brows, eyeshadows, lashes, mascara, eyeliner, all that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and put everything up on my desk and let's get started. All right, so this is absolutely not an ideal angle for me, but this is just what we have to work with given the space that I have, unfortunately. So this, like I said, everything just is literally in massive trays. So I just pulled out that top drawer and here it is. So going through, I guess let's start over here. I have the Coty Loose face powder. I have had this on my list forever. I finally picked it up. I used it once. I didn't like the way that it looked. I ended up taking off my makeup. I know it was for sure my own fault for just being too heavy-handed with it, but this is just not something that I've reached for since, so I feel comfortable getting rid of that. Next I have the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Face Mist. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep the Tarte Stay Spray. I'm starting to run low on this. I am planning on doing a project pan for 2021, so stick around if you want to see what I'm going to do there. So I'm going to keep that. The Urban Decay All-Nighter, okay, I'm definitely keeping the Charlotte Tilbury. Urban Decay All-Nighter is going to go in a maybe pile. I do really like it. I just have a lot of setting sprays. And then I have this e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. My like nozzle's messed up and I just don't want to have to fix it every time I want to spray my face. So for that reason, I'm getting rid of this. I have some samples that I'm just going to go ahead and pass along. I don't use those. I don't need those. I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Okay. I have my Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I'm going to go ahead and keep the Glossier Water. I love that stuff. I don't need both of these loose setting powders. I'm probably gonna get rid of the e.l.f. one, keep the Maybelline one, I guess, and then this is my only pressed powder. It's the Maybelline Fit Me powder, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. Moving on to concealer. I'm gonna get rid of my L'Oreal Infallible. I like it, the color's just not right for me. I'm keeping my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Pro Conceal is a maybe. I go back and forth with that one. NYX palette, I don't need it. I'm going to pass that along. Glossier, I use these. I like these a lot. I'm going to go ahead and keep both of them. Again, Maybelline, but this one's a different color. I use both colors. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and keep e.l.f. Camo. I'm going to keep one of these. I'm going to keep shade 110 and pass along shade 100. It's just too light for me. I have this Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter. This is my second or third bottle. I used to really like this. It's just I don't really need the mattifying, and although I like how it looks, I have found other primers that I just reach for more often. I haven't used this in probably, it's been a while for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass along to somebody that I know is going to use it. I do, however, like the hydrating one, so I'm gonna keep that. This is my everyday sunscreen. I'm gonna keep this. Move that over there for now. This is my Vitamin Glow from Smashbox. It's a little mini size. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to that. This is the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter. I think it's supposed to be Pretty Filter. Glassy Skin Balm. I like this. I don't use it every day, but I am making my way through it. I think this is gonna be one of those items that I'm gonna decide to pan later in closer to 2021. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that. I am starting to really like this e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I'm going to hold on to this. This is my only pore filling primer. It's the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. And then I like this face oil from e.l.f., but it's not like an everyday thing that I reach for, but I might end up keeping it just because I don't really have anything like a face oil, and sometimes I prefer a face oil over like a primer. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that as well. Brand New Beauty Blender, keeping that. Fenty Beauty Blender, I think I'm going to pass that along with this Beauty Blender and this blender. I have this little like compact mirror. I really don't ever use this. In fact, it still has the like paper in it. We're gonna go ahead and pass that along to somebody else. I have 3 foundations. I love this skin tint. I'm keeping that for sure. I'm gonna hold on to both of these for now, I guess. They give me like, this one is pretty old, so I want to try to use this. This one's pretty new, but these are both more pigmented and more full coverage than this is, so I think it's nice to have kind of a little bit of both. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put all of this back together then. You know what, thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. I used to really like this. I would go back and forth between this one and the La Mercier, but I just don't really use it all that often, and I figured this one is affordable enough that if I find myself desperately needing it in the future, I can just buy a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this as well. Alright, so this is what this currently looks like. I'll give you guys a better shot at the end, but let's move on to my next drawer. So next, this is my highlighter, blush, bronzer. I really hope, God, I know this like is not a good angle at all, but if I put it up any higher and try to like tilt my camera down any more, my camera's gonna fall. So, like, I don't trust that. Okay, well, we'll go with it for now and hopefully I'll just catch it if it falls. So this is the drawer. It's definitely packed. So we're gonna start off with these little samples. I want to use them, but realistically, I'm not going to. So I have 2 of the Glossier Cloud Paint samples in Puff and Storm, and they're, like I said, they're both the exact same. And then I have a NARS Liquid Blush. I'm gonna go ahead and pass these along to somebody who might be interested in trying those out. Let's start right here, I guess. I really know that I'm not gonna get through a lot of these, or go through or like get rid of a lot of these. This is the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. I don't reach for this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep the NARS Laguna. This is newer to my collection. I really haven't used it all that many times, or haven't used it too often. This is the Butter Bronzer. It's not like something I reach for often, but when I do reach for it, I'm like, why don't I reach for this more often? So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this. And then I also have, this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil and the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I'm going to keep both of these. I love them both, and I am hoping to get through at least 1 bronzer in my project pan for next year. So I'm gonna keep all of those, but like I said, I'm getting rid of this Milani one. Next I have highlighters. This is the Stila Heaven's Hue Putty Highlighter, whatever, in the shade Kitten. Yeah, this is a gorgeous highlighter. I love it so much. It's just the color is too dark for me. So we're gonna go ahead and declutter that. I have somebody in mind that is a darker skin tone that I know is gonna love that. I also have this e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder. I love this. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, but I wear this actually all the time. So we're keeping this. Definitely a favorite. This is the Milani Afterglow Strobe Light Highlighter. This is gonna be a maybe. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And I'm gonna go through my babies later. This is the Mary Luminizer. It's definitely a little dark for me, especially like right now. But I don't know, I feel like, I mean, you can see that I've put a lot of wear in this. I'm gonna hang on to this. Maybe this will go into a part of the project plan next year. I haven't decided yet, but I just am not ready to let go of this highlighter. I truly, truly think it's gorgeous. And like I said, it's a little bit dark, but I don't know. I guess I probably should be making that swatch where you guys can see it. But I don't know if that's gonna be good because I'm like backlit right now. But I don't know. I'll hold on to it for now. I love these e.l.f. or not e.l.f. ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. I love all 3 shades. I'm keeping all of these. This is the Becca Shimmering Highlight Skin Perfector, whatever it's called, in the shade Pro, which is just like a white highlighter. I really love it, but I don't use it that often. It's gonna go into the maybes and I'm probably gonna get rid of it. This is the Marc Jacobs Worth the Wait Omega Glaze highlighter. It looks like this. This thing is so messy, but it is so beautiful. We are holding on to this forever. I do need to get more use out of that though. I'm fully aware of that. I've had it for a lot longer than you can tell, but I love it. This is the Much Real Cushion Contour from Peripera. This is like my favorite thing ever. I think it's discontinued, which is heartbreaking, but this is empty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. So I guess continuing in this little middle section, this is the Glossier Play. I'm gonna put this in my, it's a highlighter, my maybes. I think it's a little bit dark, at least for me right now, but I do think that going into like the summery months, even though I don't get much darker, I will be a little bit darker, and I think I can maybe use that then. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Film Star Mini thingy. I just picked this up. I'm in love with it. We are keeping this for sure. And this is the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. This is also one of my all-time favorite products. And I've made a pretty sizable dent into it. You really don't need a lot. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Illuminator with hyaluronic acid. I love this. I think it is so gorgeous. I haven't been wearing it a lot lately because it does move around when I'm wearing a mask, but I love that. So we're keeping that. This is the e.l.f. Hydro Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Walnut. I've always used it for like a contour bronzer sort of a thing. I just don't reach for it, so we can go ahead and get rid of that. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm holding on to this. I think this is a great color for me, given it's like white, but I do reach for this more than I reach my Becca. I might get rid of the Becca and keep this one. Becca's still gonna be maybe, but we're keeping that for sure. This is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Nude Glimmers. I love this stuff. I talked about this in my favorite like cream cheek products video. I love this. However, the shade is too dark for me. I can make it work during like summery or during like more summer months when I'm just a little bit darker. But oh, I think it's so gorgeous. I want to keep it, but this is unfortunately the lightest shade that they make in this. I'm gonna hang on to it for a little bit longer just because I truly love it. It's just the color match is not perfect for year round, but it's gonna be okay. I love it too much to let it go, and I do make it work when I need to. So this is the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer Stick. I talked about this being cracked in my VIB sale haul, but I have tried this a couple times and I do really like it. So we're gonna go ahead and hang on to this. I'm very excited about this. I've used it twice, maybe 3 times. This is the Anastasia Contour Stick in the shade Fawn. I love this. It's a great shade for me. I'm keeping this for sure. Moving on to my powder blushes, which are right here. You can't really see them, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my Jouer Blush Duo in the shades Marigold and Rose Petal. Yeah, it's the Rose Gold Duo. I just picked this up. I've used it once. I really like it so far. We're definitely hanging on to this. This is my MAC blush in the shade Sincere. I am in love with this. I've had this for so long. I'm keeping this for sure. This one is the ColourPop blush in the shade Desert Rose. This is from the like Succulent collection. I just really haven't gotten a lot of use out of it, which I wish that I was like more wanting to use this, but I'm just really not reaching for it. And I feel like the shade and like the light shade in Rose Petal, or of this like Rose Petal shade and this Desert Rose shade are very similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one and get rid of this one, I guess. That hurts because I've really only like swatched it, maybe used it once, but I'm not gonna use it. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. I wish I reached for it more. I really don't reach for it that often. I think I can go ahead and get rid of that. This is the ColourPop Super Shock blush in the shade Between the Sheets. I love this. I'm keeping that. This is Milani Luminoso, which is gorgeous, and this one is Milani Rose d'Oro, which is also gorgeous. This is fairly new to me. I'm keeping those both. And then lastly, in this little drawer, I have the Cindy Luminizer in the shade, oh wait, it's the shade Cindy Luminizer from the Balm. It's supposed to be a highlighter. I love this for blush. It looks so gorgeous. I haven't used it in a while, but this used to be my go-to, so I'm definitely hanging on to this, and hopefully, like the other one from the Balm, I'm gonna get some more use out of it now that I like remember that I have it. So last little category here is my cream blushes. This is my Benefit Benetint. I've been really enjoying this. We're gonna go ahead and keep that, as well as the Perricone MD No Makeup Blush. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. My cap is cracked, which is very unfortunate, but it's just like a perfect little peachy tint. Alright, so I looked over and realized that my memory card was full, so I have no idea at what point it became full. So hopefully I caught it fairly quickly after and we didn't like miss this entire drawer. But what I was saying when I realized was that I have this Fenty Cream Highlighter Blush in the shade Petal Poppin', as well as Cool Berry, and I love both of these. I definitely don't get as much use out of them as I should, but that's because I have been trying to like use all of my products, and that includes a lot of products that I should not be wasting my time with because I don't love them. So I'm going to hold on to these for sure and hopefully get a lot more use out of them in the near future. These are the Maybelline Chiquites. I think they're so pretty. Like, tell me that shade like isn't, you can't even see it. Okay, well it's like a gorgeous corally shade. I really hope that this like is not a total flop because of the stupid lighting, but it just blends into like actually nothing on the cheeks. Like, I don't know, it blends like away instead of like blending in, I guess. It just disappears totally. And I want to like keep these and love these and use these, but if I'm gonna pick up a formula like this, I'm for sure picking up my Cloud Paint instead of these. So these can go ahead and maybe somebody will have better luck with them. This is my Pixi On The Glow blush in the shade Ruby. I want to love this. Every time I wear it, I love it, but I forget that I have it. So I think it's time for me to just pass it along, because I used to be like out and then I would forget about it and I put it in here and I still don't reach for it. So I think that's just, I need to move on. I have this Nude Sticks in the shade, or it's a lip and cheek pencil in the shade Whisper. I love this for blush, but it's not like a long staying blush. So when I've been wearing a mask lately, it's not been my choice, but hopefully, you know, once things start to get better and I don't have to wear masks all the time, you know, when the world goes back to normal, assuming it ever does, I can get some more use out of that. This is brand new. It's the Rare Beauty Bliss. I picked this up in my Sephora haul. Go check that out if you haven't seen that already. I'm keeping that, as well as the little mini in the shade Grace. You know, I don't use this very often. I think I can pass this along since I have the other color that I use more often. So there we go. Go ahead and load all this stuff back into here and put it away, and we can move on to the next drawer.